welcome back to my channel. This is OZD Movie Reviews. My name is Brinkat, and today I am going to review a highly anticipated sequel that has been in development for a long time, and now it's finally here, Space Jam: A New Legacy. This movie is directed by Malcom D Lee and stars LeBron James, Don Cheadle, Zendaya, and the entire Looney Tunes gang. So in this movie, basketball star LeBron James and his son Dom has been teleported into the Warner Brothers serververse that's led by this algorithm known as LG Rhythm, played by Don Cheadle. In order for LeBron to get his son back, LG has challenged LeBron James to a basketball game. So LeBron James teams up with Bugs Bunny and the Looney Tunes to face off against LG Rhythm's basketball team, the Goon Squad, to basically save LeBron's son and also try not to get the Looney Tunes deleted from its history. Now, if you guys saw my review of the first Space Jam, you know that I like the first Space Jam. Yes, it's stupid. Yes, it's a movie about commercialism. We know exactly what Space Jam is, but I loved it as a kid, and my childhood nostalgia has still been in me ever since I watched Space Jam. Check out my review of first Space Jam on my channel. It will be in the end of this video. So, I reviewed the first Space Jam leading up to this anticipated sequel that we've been waiting for so long. I think it's in development since 2011. Everyone heard that LeBron James is going to take a part in this to replace Michael Jordan from the original, and everyone has got very, very interested. And I was honestly interested from the first time I've heard of it, because I loved the first Space Jam as a kid. But I did put this movie on my most anticipated movies of the year. I did put it in my top 10, because I was curious about the new Space Jam until I saw the trailer. And the first thing I think about the trailer, I'm like, this is Ready Player One. This is literally a movie about Warner Bros. Properties, and it got me very, very skeptical. Especially right now, after I saw this movie got a lot of negativity. This movie got like a 30% on Rotten Tomatoes, but I watched this movie in an advanced screening. So I literally walked into Space Jam: New Legacy with an open mind, knowing exactly what it's going to be. I know this movie's not going to be a masterpiece. I know this movie's going to be about commercialism because the first movie did that as well. So I literally went into Space Jam: New Legacy with my open mind, with a bit of low expectations because from the trailers. And guys, despite from all the negativity this movie's got, I have to be biased. I have to give my honest opinion out. I walked out of this movie and I had a blast. I enjoyed myself with Space Jam: A New Legacy. And the thing is, don't kill me for this, guys. I like this movie more than the first one. Don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Let me explain. Reviewers, moviegoers have their own opinions, okay? Please, let me explain why I enjoyed Space Jam: New Legacy before you throw basketballs at me. Let's start talking about what I really enjoyed about this movie. First off, the Looney Tunes. It felt so good seeing the Looney Tunes back on the big screen again, because the Looney Tunes has been in my life ever since I can remember. I love the Looney Tunes. I love Bugs Bunny, I love Daffy Duck, I love Porky Pig, Granny, Sylvester, Tweety. I love every single one of these characters as a kid. And seeing them back on the big screen once again, it keeps a smile to my face. And I love the Looney Tunes development in this movie. They have an arc in this film, and I really did enjoy that arc in the film. I'm not going to spoil it. I want you guys to check it out. This is a non-spoiler review, by the way, so no spoilers here. But there are some stuff in Space Jam: New Legacy that did improve from the first movie. First off, in my opinion, the acting. I don't think LeBron James was that bad in the film. Yes, at times in this film he didn't act great, and he's not the greatest actor, but at least he has acting experience. You know, he's been in Trainwreck. This is his second voiceover performance as well. He's been in Smallville, another Warner Animation Group movie. A lot of people didn't mention him in that movie. I think he was actually not bad in that film. But I think LeBron James wasn't that bad in this film playing himself. You can tell in this film that he was having more fun. He has more charisma than Michael Jordan. Definitely better than Michael Jordan in terms of acting. And he's like, you know, development and reasonings why he's in this movie, it makes sense for me. He wants to get his son back. And I think the chemistry between LeBron James and his son Dom, which he is also great in this movie, I think brings a lot of good heart to this film. It brings us something different. You know, like Michael Jordan's just there to help Looney Tunes for, I guess, bring back his career. It didn't really tell what really happened. This movie, it makes sense. he wants to get his son back. I think that is enough motivation for LeBron James to be in this movie. But I gotta say, the actor that really stood out in this movie is Don Cheadle. Oh my god, Don Cheadle in this movie. First of all, he is not War Machine in this movie. That is for sure. But when you see him in this movie, he looks like he's having a total blast working on this movie. He plays such a fun, over-the-top villain. And he was having a blast. Like, he looks like he was having so much fun recording this movie. His acting in the film was so energized. And I really loved Don Cheadle in this film. He was just a lot of fun to watch in this film. And it's really cool to see him in a different role, basically. I just freaking kill myself laughing at some moments that he was in the film, because he was that over the top, and I really love Don Cheadle in this film. Also, another thing that improves really, really well from the first Space Jam is the animation. The animation in this film was well done, from the 2D, from the 3D, and I think it's clever to see LeBron James into the animated form, and everyone thinks that's not going to show much in the film. They showed a lot of that in the film. They showed a lot of that 2D animation in the film with LeBron James in 2D, and I think it adds a lot of fun and charm to the film. And the 3D, oh my god, the Looney Tunes in 3D, that's the thing I was skeptical of. I'm like, is it going to ruin the cartoon aspects of the Looney Tunes? Because they're cartoons. They look awesome in 3D. I love the look of the Looney Tunes in 3D. They look really, really cool in the film. And the whole serververse, the whole look of this film, looks really good. I love how colorful this movie is. I love how lighthearted this movie looks. It's a film for kids. And it's one of those movies that you can express your imaginations in, because I always think of a concept like this where you get teleported to different movie worlds as a kid, and it felt like my dreams and like my inspirations is coming true right in front of the screen. And I really appreciate Space Jam: A New Legacy for doing that, even though I do have a flaw with that as well. But what stood out for me in this entire movie, and the thing that I was really, really curious about, especially from the trailers, that handled really well, is the entire basketball game. It was fun. It was entertaining. It's mindless. It's just fun. It exactly brings out what I loved about Space Jam. The basketball game was entertaining, and I love that they bring a new twist to the basketball game, and it makes it much more enjoyable and energetic than the first movie was. It's just fun, and it's one of those movies that you just can't take seriously, because obviously it's Space Jam. Of course you can't take Space Jam seriously. The first movie couldn't take it seriously enough. But there are moments from Space Jam: A New Legacy that you literally can't take seriously. Like, you just literally have to watch this film with your brain off, and that is the best way, in my opinion, to watch Space Jam: A New Legacy. But I would say this film does have issues. It's not a great movie by any means. It's not perfect. I do think this movie really commercializes a lot. And I know the first Space Jam does that. This movie kind of did it worse. It shows so many Warner Brothers properties, which it can get distracting at times. There are moments in the film where they show commercialism for the story, and it is funny. Like, this movie is funny overall, but there are some commercialism scenes that it's like, it's quite obvious they're advertising these properties for HBO Max. And that's why a lot of people complain about this movie, saying, oh, this whole movie is all about commercialism and all that stuff. I have no problem with that, but at the same time, I do feel a bit disturbed from those moments in the film. Also, I would say the Goon Squad, as the other team members, were just I feel like the Monstars in the first Space Jam were much more developed better than this Space Jam movie does. At least the Monstars have the motivation. They want to impress their boss. That's a motivation. In this movie, they're basically these team members that are created by LG Rhythm, and I just felt like they have no character. They're just the opponents that the Looney Tunes have to face. And this movie just goes more ridiculous, and there are moments in this movie that doesn't make any sense. And that's why I say go to this movie with no, like, nitpicking and serious take with it. Because, honestly, you're expecting this movie to be great. I wasn't expecting this movie to be a blast at all. I did have a blast with it, but I know when I go in, I'm like, okay, there's going to be moments that don't make sense. It's just a turn a brain off movie. And that's basically what Space Jam: New Legacy is. And even there are scenes in the movie, like, of course, when you see commercialism and all Warner Bros. Properties, especially the audience in the basketball game, it can get distracting if you're one of those people who's like, oh my god, look at that, and you're not focused on the game. To me, I have no problem with that, but at times, yes, I can see why people are disturbed by this movie because of how commercialized this movie is, and I can see that's an issue. I can agree with some people with some of the issues of this movie. But guys, overall, I had a blast with Space Jam New Legacy. This movie wasn't as terrible as people say it is. I feel like I'm the only one that actually liked this movie. I think the acting was better. LeBron James and Looney Tunes, they're fun to watch. The basketball game was fun. Just everything about this movie is your turn your brain off fun movie. I think it has more charm. It even has heart, surprisingly. Space Jam: A New Legacy brings a lot of things to the table than the first movie, and I'm going to give Space Jam: A New Legacy a B-. So guys, that is my review for Space Jam: A New Legacy. Hopefully you enjoyed my top 10 videos with my friends. I'm editing my best right now. That's coming soon with the comic book genre. But thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you have seen Space Jam: New Legacy. Let me know if you like the movie, hate the movie, or if it's okay. Just let me know in the comments below. Make sure you guys follow me on social media links down below. Facebook, Stardust, Instagram, Twitter, Letterboxd. Keep contact with me. And make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, notified for my latest movie reviews. And get ready to jam. Come on and slam. And welcome to the jam.